obviously, but until they're level 6, I see EMPR dominating this game. I really do.
Yeah, we might actually see EMPR Empire running a tri-lane here. Got 3 heroes going top. That will be, for those of you who haven't noticed, that's Witchslayer, Slither, and Nighthound. Seen tri-lanes in all 3 of their games against Load in the Honcast tournament, which actually played before this, but Empire definitely do favour that tri-lane. I think this is a combination. On the one hand, it is definitely harking back to the way Dota generally tries to play it, in that they're trying to get a carry that is Nighthound really farmed, give him a really good early start. However, I think there's more to it than this. I think they're hoping to try and use it as a base for aggressive play. Both Witchslayer and Slither definitely do favour an early aggressive style, a bit of a roaming style, so I think we might well see them just trying to use this tri-lane as a platform for a lot of aggressive play here. But now actually Slither taking a lot of early harassment in this top lane. Props to Glacius there for putting out that damage. He puts out a poison spray, but it doesn't lead to much. Meanwhile, we've got Unique Phaser playing this Valkyrie solo bottom versus MSI and Playgrider, which is a lane he can't really hope to win. See Empire doing this quite a lot, sending Unique Phaser on a pretty hopeless solo. What do you think of it as a tactic?
Well, actually, when you're gonna put, any player 1v2, you actually want to have a Valkyrie or a Wretched Hag, at least, against them. It's not so much as being dominated, it's more about not dying, and considering it's Plague Rider and Magnus, he doesn't really have to worry about them getting farmed. Well, apart from Magnus's portal key, but apart from that, there's no real risk, and if their tri-lane does succeed, and we do have a bloodlust kill, sorry about cutting off there from the action, but if the tri-lane does succeed, Magnus or Plague Rider will have to switch lanes, and that'll hurt him a lot.
You do definitely have a valid point there, and obviously tri-lanes are generally more effective than just, that is, tri-lanes you put together specifically, generally end up working out better than just a random third hero going up into a lane to try and prevent it being too uneven. But really, my big gripe about the solo Valkyrie, we see it a lot, Unique Phaser doesn't tend to do well in that lane. I can't fault him for it, but the sad fact is that it happens. Really, Valkyrie is, as normally, semi-carry. You're kind of relying on Valkyrie having a good early game and being able to contribute later on. Valkyrie, as a solo hero in this bottom lane, can't just roam the map trying to gank people because she can't leave the lane empty, so that's nullifying one of her big early game strengths. She can't get farmed up and try to carry later on, and we're going to see action in the top lane here now. Glacius gonna go down to Nighthand and Slither, got a dot on him, but I think Favy just going to walk in, straight in, pick him off. Glacius trying to juke into the trees. You can only juke so much. New Black actually takes the kill in the end, obviously getting a little bit impatient, but Glacius going down there. And this trial lane proving really successful for Empire, already picking up 3 kills. Favy on that Nighthand looking to get off a pretty good early farm, all things told. I'll just bring up his creep stats for you. Favy currently 5 and 7 on creeps, but 201 on hero kills, sitting at 480 gold per minute, and obviously that is going to be a massive concern for this Legion side if they don't do something about it soonish.
Well, indeed, but I do have to disagree with you on Valk needing that early game. When you do talk about Valk and Hag, I really do need to group these two heroes together because they pretty much play the same role. They're a semi-carry ganker that can escape pretty much any situation, is great to have, well, one for picking off, another one in team fights, but they can pick up their farm mid-game without much trouble with Call of the Valkyrie and Sonar Scream, so I don't see Unique Phaser struggling that much, especially considering the farm Nighthound is going to get, and they'll be able to hold it off for Valk to catch up to the rest, so to say.
Well, I actually disagree with you there. You've summed up her role in, 3 things there. Semi-carry and ganker. She can't really semi-carry, she doesn't get any farm, The whole point of semi-carries is that they rely on doing well early game and getting up a farm. And she's not going to be able to benefit from that at all in this situation. Equally, she can't gank, so she can't leave the lane. She needs to stay in that lane just to try and deny complete free farm to Magnus, because he'll be a massive pain if he's allowed to farm up an early portal key. And really, she's not going to be much good to anyone if she's absolutely trapped here. But now, actually, in the top lane here, Slither caught out of position. Playgrider TPing and not being seen. Slither going to go down here. Now, Nighthound following up onto this Playgrider. He could well go down as well. Budgie, 1 hit away from death. Phoebe picks up that kill. He's now going to take some action from Glacius. And Thingamy-Jiggamy was Legionnaire, that'll do. But yeah, 1-for-1 kill there. I mean, in some senses, the Hellborn is coming off better there. Just because they seem to have got a double. Oh yeah, there's actually a kill mid on Trixie, which I completely missed. I do apologise, but Well, coming off better there, only because Phoebe got the kill though, and really it's worth losing Slither to give Nighthand a kill pretty much any day of the week, because Slither's almost totally item independent. But that aside, sensible play here by the MSI team, trying to counter that Nighthand, obviously not succeeding particularly, but nonetheless making an effort. Question for you though, what do you think of Trixie playing this Cell Reaper? I mean, in some ways, it kind of works out because it's a semi-carry, and that's the role he generally plays for the MSI team, so he's quite used to it. On the other hand though, I don't think I've ever seen him play that Cell Reaper before, maybe not a hero he's terribly used to, so interested in your thoughts on Trixie playing that.
I actually haven't seen Trixie play Soul Reaper much either. I've seen, I think it was Fresh Pro playing it as well, but not Trixie. You usually do see a Trixie playing that Valkyrie or Slither. He's been playing a lot of Slither lately.
We do indeed, and now might have some action on the bottom lane here. Valkyrie going to take a lot of damage from Magnus, but Magnus doesn't have a surge to follow it up. I think Valkyrie tried, no, did not try to use the arrow there, that's complete rubbish. But yeah, taking a lot of hits from Magnus, but nobody around there to follow it up. However, K going back in somehow, finding the mana for that surge, picking off Unique Phaser behind his own tower, fooled everyone, including me, into thinking he'd given that up, but went straight back in. So good clutch play there, not clutch play, but good aggressive play there by K, picking off Unique Phaser and really denting his early game. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that Valkyrie is going to have problems here, because Unique Phaser died 2 times now, 0-2 and 0-7 and 3. Rubbish gold minute. He's not going to be any use to his team unless he can really pep up this early game. And that's why I really just dislike sending Valkyrie to start at the bottom lane. You're far better off sending an item independent hero who doesn't need the farm, isn't going to be too harmed, like say Plague Rider, who can just try and keep the lane controlled by denying creeps with Extinguish. Granted, it's not the best use of his lane control, but he's not completely useless if he gets shut down the way Unique Phaser has been.
Well, that is certainly true, but you do have to see the point that Plague Rider, or say Soul Reaper, if he's playing in a more supportive role, he'll have quite a lot of trouble escaping if this is against the stun and the slow like MSI is running right now. Whereas Valkyrie or Wretched Egg, I just can't stop mentioning Wretched Egg when it comes to 1v2. They can escape pretty easily.
Yeah, but we've seen the fact that Valkyrie does not have a brilliant blink. She can't escape that easily. It's not very long, and it's got a really long cooldown, so it obviously hasn't been working out for her, you know. If Valkyrie could not die and pick up a decent fight, I might agree with you, but the reality of the situation is that that doesn't happen. Another kill for Phoebe on this top lane, diving the tower, picking up that kill on Rexy, who is playing, I don't even know what he's playing Legionnaire. But yeah, I mean, this tri-lane is definitely working for Empire. This is probably one of the more successful examples of them running the strat. Why do you think Empire are the only team who've actually used this tri-lane strat with any success? I mean, we had one from Milk back when they were still Neve that didn't really work out, but that aside, I don't think we've really seen it. Whereas obviously in Dota,
well, I don't know.
We've seen it a lot at the ESWC.
Well, it seems to be just relative to their, you know, respective player strength. I mean, when you look at the MPR, you've got Favy and you've got Scandal. They're exceptional players, but I generally get the feeling that the rest of the team just doesn't catch up to them in terms of skill. So you can have Scandal soloing mid, getting farmed, and you can have a tri-lane feeding Favy, and then you can have 2 players taking over the game. But this will usually not really work against the team that's expecting it. And this is where I usually see EMPR's downfall.
I mean, you do have a point there. They do definitely have stand-up players there. I mean, obviously, 3v played in Virtus top pro. I don't think I've actually seen Scandal anywhere before this, but I think it's pretty hard to question the fact that he's obviously a phenomenally skilled player. But as you say, I think Lean generally does a fairly good job. Unique Phaser tends to be a little bit of a dead weight for this Empire side. Not quite sure about Nooblight yet, to be perfectly honest with you. Have my doubts there, but I think definitely Lean does do a pretty good job. Plays fairly aggressively for them, generally sets up the kills right. But yeah, you do have a point there. I don't think that Empire really do have 5 players who can match the individual skill of Phoebe and Scandal. You do definitely have a point there. Might see a gank on Trixie now. Got Phoebe coming in from behind. I don't think he's picked up his Nullfire Blade. No, he hasn't, but could nonetheless spell real trouble for Trixie here. Got 3 other heroes here. That would be Forsaken Archer and someone. Oh no, that's just Forsaken Archer's illusions. They don't really count, do they? But yeah, action now onto Trixie. He's going in with the smoke cloud. Lands a
very nice volley shot right there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Scandal there doing a good job heading it pretty much the maximum range. It has had a range reduction this patch that is noted as impressive. It's actually more impressive than it would otherwise have been. Hard to argue there.